I want us to be super careful when we use the language hard worker because I actually keep an image of folks working in cotton fields on my office wall because it's a reminder about what hard work looks like. Melissa Harris Perry, anchor for NBC. Okay. Melissa Harris Perry is a mixed race individual who was raised by a white mother and black father who both have doctorates. She herself has a doctorate in political science and an honorary doctorate in theology. She's a fucking moron. Look, I don't even know where to begin with this person, but here's a good place to start. I was explaining this situation to a friend of mine and showing her the now infamous clip of Melissa Harris Perry saying that to a Paul Ryan staffer. More on that in a second. And my friend took one look at her and said, "Is that Rachel Dolezal?" Truer words than you might think. Here is a woman who might know a little bit about hardship, but she ain't no rags to riches story, okay? She didn't start at the bottom and now she here, okay? She's privileged. As rich people in this country are privileged. I've spoken to you all about the term white privilege, and she used the word privileged also when talking to this guy that she made the gaffe towards. Okay. I'm a white person. You can tell this right here. I was raised poor in a town that was roughly 65 to 70% Hispanic, particularly Mexican American. I was the only white kid on my block. Yo soy el gringo niño. Okay? I'm a little white boy to those people. What white friends I did have were also poor. The term white privilege is usually used to try to describe that white people don't face the kind of racial profiling and racial discrimination that other minorities, or minorities, I should say, white people aren't a minority in this country, that they don't face the same thing. But it's usually used to demean white people. Earlier today, I had an argument with somebody in that BuzzFeed comment section that I made the video about the other day, and was telling him, dude, you're being a racist, because he was saying all this really fucking racist shit about, oh, y'all white people this, y'all white people that. And I was saying, you do understand you're a racist, right? And he's like, you can't talk to me. I could see your picture, you know, until you got my skin color, you can't tell me shit. And I'm like, excuse me, that's racist. And I explained to him, I'm like, look, I grew up poor, raised by a single mother, as a racial minority in the town I was raised in. Okay? But apparently I can't say that, or I'm appropriating your fucking culture or some shit. Is that what you want for yourself? You want your culture to be being a victim? And I said, look at you. I can see your picture too. You look almost exactly like that black dude on what is it, Law and Order. Very, very handsome, like fucking male model looking guy. The guy's muscly as shit, good looking. And I said I could just be like, look at you and your fucking good looking muscly black dude fucking privilege. I'm a not very good looking white dude who's fucking losing all my hair and shit. And I'm a geek and fucking got bullied in school and shit. But you know, I don't fucking come at you that way. Particularly because first, I make no fucking assumptions about you. I know nothing other than your fucking username and what you look like. It's not that I have white privilege, is that some minorities face racial inequality and discrimination. That's not a guarantee, particularly not in the case of rich minorities like Melissa Harris Perry. I probably, more than likely, know more about hardship than she does. And let me just say something to you all right now that may offend a lot of you. If you're black and you're watching this, you have never been a slave. I'm looking at you. You have never been a slave. If you're watching me right now, the chances are high that you weren't alive for segregation in the United States. You might know something. You might know a lot about suffering discrimination and racial profiling. But that's not a guarantee anymore. Meanwhile, guess what? Newsflash, the majority of the people in this country who are poor are white. Only by matter of demographics, a large majority of this country is white. And a lot of people in this country are poor. And a lot of the abuse and inequality and hardship and unfairness, wage theft, fucking discrimination, even police brutality, the fucking real inequality figure there isn't skin color. It's wealth, okay? Poor people get fucked. Alright? And that's something we can all come together on. But this guy wasn't having any of it. He was actually impressed. And was willing to back off a bit and say, okay, you know, because I was trying to tell him, dude, the man who's got his boot on your neck are the rich people. You think Dr. Ben Carson is going to fucking stick up for you if he gets in the office? He's certainly not going to do as much for any of us as Obama did, and Obama isn't even all that fucking great. Alright? We got a serious problem, and that problem is money, not skin color. Alright? But that guy wasn't having any of it. So we got the definition of privilege trying to load up on her skin color so she could come at this Paul Ryan staffer and get a load of the fucking context in which this gaffe of Harris Perry's came from. They're talking about immigration. And this Paul Ryan staffer is trying to say that Paul Ryan is good for the job of Speaker of the House. Because Paul Ryan is actually trying to get Republicans to come to the table and deal with immigration reform. And if you want to talk about something that you could level the accusation of racism at the entire GOP for, it's their unwillingness to work on immigration. And this Paul Ryan staffer is trying to say this stupid fucking Ayn Rand libertarian piece of dog shit, Paul Ryan, is actually doing some good on this issue that has to do with race in a lot of ways, and she's just trying to put words in this guy's mouth, saying that your GOP is trying to do this and that and the other thing, trying to fucking fuck with people, and he's like, no, I'm saying none of that. Melissa Harris Perry is a fucking embarrassment to an already relatively embarrassing news program. And I'm having to sit here and watch all these people look at her and say that's what a liberal looks like. That's what a Democrat looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what a progressive social justice warrior looks like. A person who's obsessed with skin color, obsessed with gender and fucking obsessed with demographics. This is what's called being a collectivist. Liberals, I'm sorry, care about individuals and individual freedom in the pursuit of happiness for individuals. I'm looking at Melissa Harris Perry, and this is my first introduction to her as a person, and I'm inclined to believe she's a fucking racist, and the only thing that's making me think maybe not is because her mother is white. But we've had no shortage of racist white people, with the race that they're racist against being other white people. So what the fuck am I looking at here? I hope she's out of a job. Because I think what she said should offend everybody. White people should be like, what the fuck? And Republicans especially will be like, look at this race-baiting piece of shit. And Democrats should be like, oh God, how fucking embarrassed I am to be associated with this jackass on the fucking Democrat-friendly news network. Black people should be mortally fucking offended that this woman would so fucking ruthlessly abuse the serious issue of slavery and racial inequality to come at a guy who in no fucking way brought that on himself at all. Just out of nowhere. Just to try to fuck with the guy on goddamn primetime cable news in front of the country. Embarrassed everybody. Everybody should be fucking disgusted with this person. I know I am. And it don't have nothing to do with her skin color or the skin color of who she was talking to. She's a jackass. And she's got, what, 4 or 5 hours a week to deal with people on this fucking, on the chair she's got right now? Get the fuck out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody.